There he is, got him. All right. All right. Professional bass fisherman Dean Rojas here, fishing the warmouth. Chalk one up, another one for the warmouth. Man, what a fantastic sight fishing bait. Nice spotted bass. It took us just over a year to develop this bait, but man, what a gem has it become. The bait itself is probably by far the best bass bed fishing bait that's ever been developed, and I'm just so proud to have had a hand in putting all this together. And basically what it is, it's a 4-inch bait, flat-sided, slit in the middle. See that right there? Open slit, and really super soft. I mean soft to where it flexes. And those tails, those are my fighting frog tails that I have on my fighting frog made by Big Bite. And this thing, all it does is just sit there and undulate on the bed. You just shake it, shake it, shake it. And the way you're rigging it is basically flat-sided, punching the hook all the way through and keeping it nice, flat profile, just like you have right there. This is our golden shiner color. It's been one of the hot colors I've been using the last 3 months, but we've got great colors. We have 10 different colors. We have shell cracker, channel catfish, green sunfish, war party, and a host more. You can find these at tacklewarehouse.com. You better get them fast because they're going quick. We just left that fish, and we're going to just keep on moving down the bank here and just kind of pitching the warmouth just up in front of us. You have some scattered little bushes up here. The fish are real shallow right now. I mean, they're up there spawning. The water's really clear. You can see down about 10 feet. I don't know, water temperature's in the mid-60s, which is like ideal. But the best part about this whole deal is the water's so clear, and you can actually see the fish down there. You can actually watch how it attacks the bait and how it goes after the bait, and that is a clue, you know, whether to what color you want to use. Do we want to use shell cracker, or do we want to use golden shiner, you know, or chartreuse bluegill? You know, all those factors play into what we're doing here. But the neat thing about it is you're covering bank. You can actually pitch the bait to visible cover and draw strikes from that also. It's not necessarily just, you know, a sight fishing bait. You know, the laydowns, you know, it has a nice gentle glide as it's coming down to the bottom of the, and it really has a natural appeal to it, to where it looks like it's a bluegill that's injured and the fish just can't stand it. With the lifelike paint job that we do on the baits, it's just absolutely phenomenal. So you can use it a lot more different ways than just sight fishing. You can fish visible cover with it. You can fish grass lines with it. You can put it on a dart head and use it as a swim bait. You can put it on a swim jig. It'll work real good on that in clear water. It's just, there's so many neat things to the warmouth and different options that you can do with it. It's one of the greatest baits that I've seen introduced since, I can't even tell you when. It's been so long. I mean, it's just a really neat, innovative bait. And man, it catches the bass too. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and throw back on the bed, and I'm going to show you how the action of the warmouth and why it works so well. The fish, I don't know if he'll bite again. He's sitting right on the bed. We're going to flip out to him. He's sitting right there. He might bite it again, but basically just working it and shaking the slack. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm barely moving the rod tip, and it's causing the slack to just shake. And what's making it do is the bait quiver. You want that tail action just to move, like it's digging in and trying to disturb something. Well, the male, he can't stand it, so he just goes over and eats it. Sometimes you gotta make multiple presentations to him. You know, get him wound up and get him fired up. But it's the fun technique because everything is so visual, and you can actually watch the fish come up to the bait, you know, and take it, you know, and fight him all the way back to the boat and release him and, you know, put him back, much like we did now. He's back up there again. He's looking at the bait again. And I think in time I could probably catch him again doing this. The other neat thing about the warmouth is because I use a Texas rig. I don't peg the sinker on it. So what happens is that the warmouth is so wide that it takes a little bit longer to sink. So the weight sinks, and then the warmouth will lose, it'll just start tracking and wandering away from the weight because it has a flat planing surface on it. Well, what it looks like a dying bluegill. It looks like a bait fish, you know, that's injured, and you know, these fish are ferocious when anything comes near the bed, especially a bait fish like that, and they just go out and attack it. Now he's about 1.5 feet from the bait right now. He's just kind of moving around. He went and chased a minnow away, and he's just kind of roaming around. But the key is to try and find that little sweet spot too, on those where they really get dialed in, you know, to the bait and to the actual bed itself. And that's going to be the key, is to find that little sweet spot. And once you have, then it's just a matter of catching them. But please release the fish. Please release the fish. They're up there protecting the eggs, and we want to make sure we have a nice healthy crop for next year. The terminal tackle that I like to use while rigging the warmouth is pretty simple. I use a 4/0 extra wide gap super line Gamakatsu. It will carry a 5/0. It's big enough to carry a 5/0, but 4/0 seems to work well. And I've got a 3/16 ounce EcoPro tungsten bullet weight attached to it. You can go lighter or you can go heavier depending on the water depth of how you're pitching the warmouth. In and around cover, if you're fishing grass, you can go to a 1/2 ounce, or you can go to 3/4 if you'd like. The neat thing about the bait is it's so flat that the weight's going to go to the bottom. The EcoPro tungsten is going to go to the bottom, and the bait's just going to spiral down like an injured bluegill. Matching it up with 20 to 22 pound test line, Sunline fluorocarbon, the Sniper or the FC. The shooter would be great also. Both of those are sufficient for what you want to do, especially if you're just fishing in 5 feet or less. Reel wise, I'm throwing a Quantum Energy SS PT 150, 6.6 on the gear ratio, and that's about as fast as you want. 7 to 1 might be a little bit too fast for that, but I'm matching up with a 7-foot medium heavy action Quantum PT Tour Edition rod generally for all my pitching and light flipping, you know, situations throughout all the country we fish. So basically that's all you need. That's the setup you need to go fishing the warmouth. It's been a real special bait for me. The last 3 tournaments, the warmouth has played a huge role in my success. Starting down with the FLW Open down at Okeechobee in January, came back up, fished the Classic, caught a couple key fish on the Classic with it, and then went to St. John's, caught the 8.5 on that, which was one of the famous pictures on Bassmaster.com, and then finishing it off last week with a Toledo Bend victory with the warmouth. It's an incredible bait. It's a bait that's brand new to the market, and the neat thing about it is I still haven't found the boundaries of it. There are a lot of neat things that you can do with this bait, but for right now, it's the best, baddest bait, sight fishing bait on the market right now. You can buy them at Tackle Warehouse. They'll be available here shortly.